You know, if it's not about sports, I find it very hard to concentrate.
A smart feminist is like dry water. It is just something that cannot exist. The very laws and fabric of the universe prevent it from existing. Does that mean all feminists are dumb? In short, yes. But today we are looking at a particularly dumb set of feminists, and they are mad because, checks notes, the USA men's team won the gold medal. Oh, but that's not the only reason they're mad. They're mad because they're going to visit Donald Trump in the White House, which is customary for a championship team. But nonetheless, this really set off the crybaby feminists. So today I'll be reacting to a video by Make Sense of It Marie. She's a great creator who a lot of times will dunk on these feminists, and I'm always here for it when feminists get embarrassed. And so we're going to react to that video.
So the leftists are absolutely losing it on the men's USA hockey team that won against Canada this year at the Olympics.
I just have to say, this dude looks like a frog. I know I'm not exactly the goat of attractiveness, but I'm also not throwing stones from a glass house either. I mean, look at this guy. He looks like a frog.
I'm sure by now you've heard that dictator Trump took a pure, unifying moment in United States history on Sunday and tarnished it. He totally ruined it. He made a joke at the expense of the women's U.S. hockey team. He gave them a backhanded compliment. And then he told the men's team, you know, I have to invite them too because they won.
Hey, moron. Fucking moron. He didn't say anything of the sort. You guys are going to see the full video in just a moment, but he didn't say anything of the sort.
And they all chuckled about it. He totally ruined a pure, fun, unifying moment, like he destroys everything in his life.
So here's the actual conversation, and I didn't get that at all. I just see a bunch of guys having a good time.
Make sense of it, Marie. You are not only beautiful, but you are also smart, and that's a rare combo. Usually someone's smart or they're beautiful, but very rarely are they both. But Marie, you are both.
And we'll do the White House the next day. We'll just have some fun. We have medals for you guys. And we have to, I must tell you, we're going to have to bring the women's team. You do know that.
Yeah, that's what they're mad about, that he just said we have to invite the women's team. To me, it read more like he was excited to invite the women's team. You know how, like, sometimes when you're planning a party, you're like, oh, we have to invite Josh. He's the man. He's so funny. And he can do, a ton of magic tricks. We have to invite Josh. To me, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like, oh, we have to invite the women. You know, it should be a big celebration with the women's team and the men's team. We got to invite them. It's a must. That's how it read to me. But then again, I'm not a cynical crybaby feminist.
Yeah, seems like they're having a good time. But of course, you're going to have these trolls out here that have to try to ruin everything. Listen to what this hateful one is saying.
Well, that was a fun 10 minutes. Patriotism, United States, I hate you more and more every day. Donald Trump, I hate you.
Hoes mad, 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 hoes mad.
Ladies and gentlemen, the hoes are mad. Please, for the sake of my children, get out of this country. I don't want your retardation spreading to my children. I don't actually have children that I'm aware of, but I don't want your retarded ideas to spread to anyone else. You need to leave. If you hate America, you need to leave, because bad ideas are like a contagious virus. They just spread and they infect.
Yeah, I think they're just jealous. They're just jealous that men are in the spotlight. And, they hate it when men get recognition. They really do.
Marie is so based. I love this girl. But yeah, she's totally right. It's not about getting women recognition. It's just about hating men. They could care less if women get recognition. They just want men to suffer. Feminism is literally a satanic hate group.
Just got humiliated by a bunch of women with big sticks. Yes, the USA women's hockey team have just declined his invitation to the State of the Union address. Gee, I wonder why. I guess calling the men's team and saying, I guess we're going to have to invite the women too, just so you know, and then they all laughed and laughed. That didn't go over too well. Because in a statement released by the team, they said they were, grateful for the invitation, but the players would be unable to attend due to various personal and professional commitments. Because you know what? These ladies work hard. They actually do something. Oh, like, I don't know, win games, unlike many of the men. And for the record, the U.S. women's Olympic teams have brought home 3 gold medals since the sport was introduced in 1998 and have medaled in every single Olympics that has included women's hockey. The men, on the other hand, just won their first gold in 46 years. 46 years. And that team in 1980 was playing with a bunch of collegiate players.
Is that supposed to be some type of own? What does it matter if the team in 1980, the Miracle on Ice team, that's what she's referring to, by the way, what does it matter if it was a bunch of collegiate players? Is that supposed to be some type of own? You said it as if it's an own.
Yeah, these women out here just directly, blatantly insulting men, degrading men, and then they want to cry wolf. These people are such hypocrites.
If I were Tate McRae, I would break up with that Hughes brother.
So I actually had to look up who Tate McRae is, and apparently she's some sort of singer, I think, that is dating Jack Hughes, who is the guy who scored the winning goal against Canada in overtime to win the gold medal. She says Tate McRae should break up with her. This is just a perfect example of how miserable women try to make other women miserable. They want it's crabs in a bucket. Like, I'm a miserable single cat lady, so you have to be a miserable single cat lady too. Like, it's just ridiculous. And women, these same women, pretend to be like feminists and support other women, and I'm a girl's girl. No, you're not. You want them to be just as miserable as you. Also, by the way, if she did break up with Jack Hughes, there would be a line a mile long of women who would gladly date Jack Hughes. So she would be the one that would look stupid at the end of the day if she did break up with him.
Just to set the standard and be like, hey, I don't date men that can't celebrate women's success. That's crazy. I wouldn't do that. That's gross.
They have celebrated the women's hockey team so much. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with it all, but they have over and over again done nothing but support the women's hockey team and, talk about how good they are and everything else. This is an outright lie.
Like, she has the opportunity right now to do a real serious power move of being like, I don't give a fuck that you just scored the winning Olympic gold goal. I don't give a fuck, because your successes and accomplishments will be trumped by your inability to celebrate women's successes and accomplishments. And not only that, with the Hughes brothers, I would never date a man who couldn't stand up against other men and be like, guy's not funny. Not even that, just deadpan it. That's or shake your head and being like, that's not funny. You had opportunity to show that you are a stand-up guy.
I'm sure guys don't like dating women that say every 2 seconds either.
Especially because your mother is the reason why you are where you are. Your mother is the coach of a women's hockey team. Your mother is the reason why you guys are the success stories that you are.
Shut the fuck up. God damn, nigga.
All of it reads, do better. Do better. And men are not lonely enough, actually.
Talk about revealing your true colors with that last statement and your true motivations. This isn't about uplifting women. It's about hating men. You just want everyone to be as miserable as you are. That's why you're trying to get other women to break up with their boyfriends. That's why you're saying that men deserve to be lonely. You just want everyone to be as miserable as you are. But I am curious to hear what Sweetie Pie Marie has to say about this.
Men are not lonely enough. Gosh, that's a real hateful one there, isn't it?
What goes up must come down, and we're obviously seeing that with men's hockey. In the same 4-hour span, they managed to completely uplift the entire country and seem like they were bringing people together and then tear it right back down.
Shut up, bitch!
I don't even know what you do if you're one of the Hughes brothers this morning, because you're raised by such a badass mom who was a professional soccer player, a professional hockey player. She's done player development for men and women, and she has 3 sons that are in the NHL. And that all fades away when you're on the phone and somebody makes a tasteless joke because you think they're funny and powerful and you ignore all of their cruelty.
It wasn't even a joke. He said he just wants to invite the women. He said we have to invite the women. It's a must. Of course they've got to be there. They won too. It wasn't even a joke.
I'm obviously singling them out because you can see Jack Hughes so visibly in the video laughing at what Trump is saying.
These women always tell everyone that they are so strong and they're strong, independent women, but they cannot take hearing something that they don't like. I mean, it's so childish. It really is.
And whether or not he likes it, he is in a position of power where he can make a statement for America and for women.
Do what I want, say what I want, repeat my opinions back to me. Wah, wah, wah.
Because he's been seeing like an absolute baddie feminist.
Is Tate McRae actually a feminist? That poor bastard. Save Jack. Save my boy Jack.
Queen Tate McRae. And he's been raised by an absolute baddie feminist queen, his mother Ellen. And he scored the game-winning goal. And he has the power to say, I'm not going to the White House to celebrate this.
They just want everyone to bow at their feet. They want all the men to bow at their feet. That's all it is. These women want to be in control and they want power. And it's not going to happen.
I did this for my country. I represent my country. I'm proud to be an American. I love my fellow Americans, and I don't support what was said, and I don't support what is happening. But I do not think he's man enough to do that, if I'm being so for real. I feel like he's going to disappoint us and either not say anything or, you know, it was an uncomfortable giggle. We were laughing. We were drunk. We were this, we were that. We were on a high. Just 1,000 excuses that don't really shape up anymore.
We've given in to these people so much. You know, these women, these leftists, liberals, whatever. We've given in to them so much that they think that they can control everything that everyone says. Sorry you got offended. I didn't get offended by it. I'm a woman. Why doesn't my opinion on it count?
Your opinion doesn't count because they don't actually give a shit about women. If they did, then they would consider your opinion, but they don't actually give a shit. These people are frauds. They are imposters. They pretend to be these saviors of women. We're going to support women, but then if the woman doesn't agree with them and doesn't parrot back their exact opinion back to them, then they don't care about them. They're frauds. They're imposters. They're losers.
They don't care about my opinion at all. Same thing as when, you know, women went into the workforce and all that. These feminists did not care about the women who didn't want to go into the workforce. And it's the same scenario now. They only care about themselves and what they think is offensive. It wasn't offensive to me. I thought it was funny. So
Hugh's mom not caring about the joke is not surprising, guys. If a woman raises 2 MAGA sons, like...
See, and there you go, full mask off moment. If a woman raises 2 MAGA sons, then we do not give a shit about her. At the end of the day, I'm just a guy with a microphone. Don't let me tell you what to think. Come to your own conclusions and then stand on business. But whatever you do, don't be like these feminists that are completely two-faced and say one thing and do another. But with that being said, guys, that's the end of this video. If you liked, leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. But don't forget to comment and hype. Peace out.
Yeah, sicker than sick as hell. Niggas hating, then faking, don't wish me well. Cop a fuck a day, take a tail. 1 a.m. hit the cut, we need 50 sodas. 50 deep, looking like we gon' rock the shell. 100K on my wrist, cop a bullet shell. Finna Uber these hoes from Mechanicsville. Put them hoes on a bean, it's a movie reel. Off the book, get to talking like Dr. Phil. Bet they go down like Titanic still. Bet they on dick when I hit still. I never trip, aim at his lip. He could get popped still. I'm not a goon, but I stay with goons.